You wanna flip that switch?
I got you.
Okay. Welcome everyone to the Town of Union City Board meeting, August 12th, 2024, at 6 p.m., Town Hall, 101 North Elm Avenue, Union City, Oklahoma. Chad, you wanna do the prayer?
Lord, thank you for this day, and thank you for blessing us, Lord. And Lord, we just ask that you be with us tonight, and any decisions made on behalf of the town is the best decision made. And we thank you and we love you. Amen.
Amen. Ryan? Salute. Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bob McGregor.
Present.
Ryan Dodson.
Here.
Keith Dennis.
Here.
Dale Quigley. Absent. Chad Fisher.
Here.
That will make Dale third. Call to order is at 6:01.
Number 5, consent agenda items. All matters listed under consent are considered by the Town of Union City Board of Trustees to be routine and will be enacted by one motion. Any Board of Trustees member may, however, remove an item from the consent agenda by request. Do I have a motion on 5?
I make a motion to approve 5 A, B, C, D, and E.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Number 6, correspondence. 6A and 6B. The following correspondence is provided to the Board of Trustees for their review and information. Regular monthly bills presented by Union City Treasurer Michelle Burns. Union City Dispatch is nothing. Fire Department was $11,613.83. General Fund, $76,005.53. Municipal Authority at $46,522.01. Municipal Deposit Funds at $150. Police Department at $22,181.16. Street and Alley Fund at $0. Traffic Bond Refund at $35,434.11. No correspondence from citizens. Number 7, financial reports. The regular monthly financial reports for all funds are provided by the Board of Trustees for their review and information by Union City Treasurer Michelle Burns. As of close of business, July 31, 2024, bank balances are as follows. Fest is at $96.9820. ARPA is at $91.38.702. Asset forfeiture at $28,534.84. Capital improvements $275,680.33. General fund at $312,479.65. REAP grant is empty. Street and alley at $11,169.24. Traffic bond and refund is $65,276.61. Municipal authority at $697,332.92. Municipal deposit funds at $53,912.20. Union City Dispatch is $52,371.47. Fire Department at $677,776.81. Union City Police Department at $374,677.42. Where's everyone wanting to speak at?
What's the next page?
8D is right here. Rosa, Bill Steve right here, and I'm Heather. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, making sure I'm lined up here. Alright, number 8, Union City Code Enforcement.
You guys have my report, any questions on that? 2 rezoning applications that I'm in the middle of now, and a 3rd one that's being prepared to bring. Well, there will be a planning commission meeting in August, this month, later. And then that will come before you guys in September.
8A, application for private road name, consideration on possible approval, denial, amendment, revision, or acceptance of proposed name of a private road located within Union City city limits at 19,000 Southwest 44th Street in El Reno to be Little J Road.
This is a private road. This gentleman has split, he had like 26 acres, he split off a portion of it. He had built a house on 5 acres that he lived in, well, he had since given that to his daughter, so they have split those apart. And now in order for him to access the next plots of it, he put in a private road with an easement there. The easement, everything is already in place. It's just in order for us to get it into the 911 system and make it legit, he had to come forward and ask for that. And you guys have to accept the name of it before we present it to the post office and 911 takeoff. Steps I needed to take. As of right now, it'll only be the 2 parcels. At some point in the future, if the other children plan to move out this way, then he'll split off some more. But that one road will be able to access those properties on the back.
Is it gonna be a gravel road?
And it will be private. I can't require.
Guys hear that?
There won't be 600 trips a day.
Oh, okay, I'm just making sure you're good.
Maybe a couple. So. I just need your acceptance.
Do I have a motion?
I motion we approve Little J Road.
Do I have a second?
I'll say, you go ahead and just first.
Who?
Jay.
Motion and second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion approved. Purchase property. Table that.
We'll take that off.
Can that
Yeah, can we just
be
take
taken
that
Take it off,
please?
Interlocal agreement, consideration of possible approval, denial, amendment, revision, or the acceptance of an interlocal agreement between the County of Union City, Canadian County District 2, and Ranch Oak Estate homeowners. I'm gonna let you go first, Dave.
This has been a discussion between a few of the residents out there and the city and the county, looking for a way to possibly create a tax district where they tax themselves to pay for improvements in their neighborhood. So far, we've been unable to find a legal vehicle that allows us to do that. I saw that on the agenda tonight, and I was kind of curious if something had come up, but I'm not aware of any development that would last.
Yeah, Dave and I have spoken by phone and spoken with the representative from the states, and there's just, we haven't come up with anything yet.
No action.
Can we,
Can we go ahead and take that one off for now?
no. Good call.
Eight D,
Doesn't want to read it anymore.
100 South Main, speaker. I don't know, what's that wrong?
Now with me?
Yes.
Shahai?
You just didn't know how to pronounce your name.
Alright, it's Jay, so it's actually Mr. Sahi right here. So I'm Jay Riaz, I'm with the Holly Construction. Mr. Sahi here with me, they're the one who's gonna establish a truck stop here. And the truck stop, basically, we look at the numbers and all this stuff, traffic count, we look at this, the perfect location for it. And we came by last week, we met this nice lady, we proposed what needs to be done. We have a sewer line running right in the middle of the property, going, south to north, and then we have a small line going east to west on. Well, in order to do proper way, how we need to do the truck stop, we need to have those lines move up or move down somewhere on the side where we can put the building. For that reason, we are here today to see what we can do and what help we can get from you guys to get those lines done so we can move forward. We are pretty much ready to move forward as far from our end goes to start building. Little bit about the truck stop, what will happen, we are looking at probably 20 to 25 jobs created, which will be local jobs, of course, from here. And we'll the initial projection, what we get normally, anytime we get a store or truck stop done, we get a projection. There's a couple of bigger companies who are pretty much doing all over USA. One of them, what the projection we got, it's 200,000 gallon a month fuel, and we got 250,000 for the sale point. Inside sales, that include our food, rest of the merchandise and everything. So out of that, if you take just a rough number, we're looking at around $5,000 tax, which will be the sales tax collecting. So it will be a huge number to help support the town out of that second business coming in.
5,000 per month?
Per month.
Okay.
So,
Is that for the complete state, or is that?
so how normally it
Because
works?
I mean, we don't get tobacco, we don't get fuel.
No, you guys get the sales portion out of that. And what we continue right now, we are looking at about 60,000 food sales. So the food sale is all taxable, which the town gets a portion of it. Everything else, including drinks, if you take the tobacco out, which is pre-tax already, and the fuel out, which is pre-tax already, everything else, what we charge tax on in the store, you guys get the portion of it. Anything we're not charging a tax, I mean, of course, you guys, it's already pre-taxed on it, so there's nothing coming to town, but in small portion, yes. Everything else which is selling, we are collecting tax on it. Eventually, if that tax will be passed on, so depending on what is the tax ratio you guys have in this town, according to that, of course, that you guys get share out of that. Sales tax, I guess, is what, 9% here?
8.5.
8.5, yeah, so you guys get a portion out of that. You guys are citywide probably 3 point something.
Is this a franchise?
It's not a franchise, ma'am. Mr. Sahi does have stores, multiple stores. They are in gas station business for almost 30 years. They're running about 5 successful stores already. But they are just currently, it will be private, not a franchise. So franchise to me is a little bit different, because when the franchise comes, they try to push everything on their own. When the private person comes in, it's more of the community business. So we like to work with the community. We like to get the feedback of what we need to bring in as far as the food goes. We have a plan of bringing a full kitchen, which will include the chicken, burgers, barbecue. So that's, once we start the process, we will like the feedback from you guys, what you guys really want us to bring it in. So we plan our menu according to that. Because we wanna be a local community store instead of having a franchise. Because, to be honest with you, I've been doing a gas station for 20 plus years, and I have a chance, been working with the franchise as far as the construction part goes, and I have a chance to work with the private people. I think it's a lot better to, and easier to work with the private people than the franchise. Because they have their own set rules which they make you follow. This is it, like, for instance, KFCs are coming in strong right now, but they have a set menu. We have a pizza, and we have this, and that's pretty much it. Where to the private person, you can come up and say, hey, we would like you to have this. We really like this. This way, it's kind of more involvement with the private.
So let me ask you this, now you say you got a full kitchen, are we talking like a full kitchen for a hot box gas station?
No.
Or is?
You have a full kitchen, basically, hot box, yes, that's the one option. So that's for the people, let's say you are running and you will need to grab something and run out. There's a hot box for that, but then you have a full-fledged kitchen where you come in, sit in, because we're planning on a 40 dining area. So 40 seating, basically, you come in, you place your order, you want a burger, they'll make it fresh for you right there and then. Barbecue will be basically the same thing, we're smoking overnight and serving the next day.
I would probably pick something besides a burger to the guy next to you and knock you out of town. That's a pretty tough one to beat. Breakfast.
Yes, there will be a breakfast in there. So, from you guys, the help we need is with the two of us.
So, are you, what are you wanting from us?
So what we want from you guys is prove if town can go ahead and help us out move the sewage line going behind the property, on the back end of the property, because right now it's a dead center. And that's where the building needs to go, and that's where actually one of the canopies, the diesel canopy will be going. So that needs to be moved backward. And I have a print I can show you guys.
Yeah.
You guys wanna see?
And financially, what kind of numbers would that be?
David asked him, frankly, but he had to go out
So this is what we got so far. So.
Bring your camera up if you need to.
So you basically just put the 152 on that, but if you
can
can,
in
right
case
there,
it's
you
not
can, we got the
50.
building. So building itself will be facing 81. So you have your, gas canopy on the front, that would be your small trucks, pickup trucks, cars and everything else. As far as the semi trucks goes, we have separate lines for that. But as you can see, that's our sewage line running right there. And you can't really push back because we are planning on having, if we push back, I don't leave any room for the truck parking, because this is our parking right here. And our goal is to pull as many semi-trucks off of the Highway 81 as much we can, because that will eventually, of course, is gonna have town and help us.
So can you not run a sewer line under a?
No, we can't. We can, that's why we want to move right this side parking lot, because as long as you guys can help us move this back here, we are perfectly fine with it, because then it will basically, this will be all parking anyway. So we don't really care about this area. I mean, if you guys want us, I mean, we have a plan of here, but if you know, in case in the back where you guys have a main hose, we can just have a gravel around it, so this way it'll be easier to access it all. Yeah, so here's the one,
This is the one.
yeah, that's 81 right there. So, building the footsteps are laying down right now. These are the two canopies right there. Entrance, they already have one right there. We need to get one more approved. I mean, there's two of them already there, I just need to go back to the old ordinance, see if everything is good on the paper, then we go from there. So then we have an entrance right now.
And what is this?
That is basically the area where the sign will be end up. So the logo, sign logos, and we are talking to the Phillips 66 and Valero, a couple of different companies, see which is the better. But then eventually that will be a sign up there.
And what is the estimated cost?
We are looking at about 4.5 million.
No.
No, not, that's the build the whole thing.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about doing the line.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm just talking about here. This estimate cost.
You wanna hire me?
I'll go out with a shovel before I build.
This cost is, last time when we came by, a buddy of yours, I guess he was here, and he was gonna try to put some numbers together. I haven't personally put the numbers together yet, because I wanna come by to you guys first, see if something's doable. And then we could go ahead and I can get some estimate for you guys, and you guys can have your own estimate.
So that's gonna have to be approved by DEQ, new sewer line
DEQ, and we would want our engineer to look at it, of course.
as well. And when you purchased that property, was there already existing easement on those sewer lines?
Well, yes, this is as it is, we bought it for.
And was there an easement off the state highway 81?
Not sure on that. I'm not, I don't know.
Like 150 feet off the
Yeah.
highway?
Because this is right here. Your property lines are ending up right here. Your easements, our easements are ending right here. Same way on the 152, it's right inside, right there. So this is our boundary line, actually boundary line is right here.
So you're, what he's talking about is the easements for the state to come in and do whatever they gotta do.
Yeah.
So it'd be 150 foot from the
From
center
there,
of the road, right?
yes. The center of the road going back, and that's something that's why we need to stay a little bit back up here. And that's why we're trying to be staying right here, because if we push it too back, we lose this. If we push it forward to miss the line, then we go too much into the road sign. So in order to do the right way, where we are away from the easement, we still have enough room to do the parking, we need to be around this spot right there. And that's where we are running into this.
So one of those sewer lines goes straight across the property to the other side of Highway 81?
Yes, so this line is the one feeding you guys have a storage room back there, I believe?
Yeah.
That's, the small line is feeding back to that. And this is your main line running, and then I guess eventually turn around and go back to the west.
Yeah. So there's three manholes over there.
What I can see
If
is
anybody wants to come up and look at it, welcome to.
and third one is all the way in the back already.
Yeah, this next to the fence line.
So we have two of these.
And this one goes across the highway also. They both
Both
cross
of
the
them are crossing
highway.
on the highway right
Both
there.
of them cross the highway to the west, I'm the property to the south.
Last time, I guess when we was looking at the map, you guys had somewhere where it was going back right about here, and then heading out to that. outside, other side of the highway.
Okay, this is 152.
No, this is 154 right here.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's labeled
so-
wrong,
Yeah.
labeled wrong on the west side there.
Okay.
That's right.
So you're looking west.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Again?
you have two straight lines
Oh, okay.
across under the highway here.
81?
Yes, both of them.
Okay.
And then this main one comes this way and stops.
My idea, what I was thinking was, if we take this and go back, and come back up and tie into the one of them, which is going back to the other side of the 81, this way we don't have to deal with going under the highway again. Because if we try to go under the highway, it's gonna be a lot of money, go through, drilling and all that stuff, and I have done that, and it's pretty expensive. Best case scenario is basically, we tie in to take it back behind the property, tie this one into the same line, go back, and then go back to wherever the last one we have going back out west, we just take that one.
Can you make that work with what's existing now?
Just as it is right now, no, we can't. Because as it is right now, as it's showing right here, you can see that we don't have much of,
Can you come give us some additional insight on this?
I'm grabbing the sewer map for you, I'm sorry. I
Okay.
should have had that,
All right,
think about it.
thank you.
Or Taylor's going to grab it, but that's
Okay.
You want cookie? I'm good, man, just don't do my cookie if you do that.
So what kind of retaining pond are you planning on having?
You can come around, look at that, have you
To
already
keep
seen this?
water off it? If it's all concrete, it's gonna be running on somebody else.
Well, it would be all
If you
turf
have fuel
gutter.
there, they'll be running on somebody else.
So.
On that, it would be curb and gutter.
Yeah.
It would run down to
Gutter.
the, like the highway
Yeah.
runs, it would run on people.
It would run to the highway?
You know, that run curb and gutter and run new drainage underneath, tie into that curb and gutter. That's underneath the edge of the
Like
highway.
it does there.
But it can't run off on the.
Right, it's checked every use.
Right.
It would have to be, so you call curb and gutter, yeah.
You just have to slope right everything which is coming down to the gutters on the highway.
Yeah.
That'd be
We'll
engineering.
make sure that it,
Yeah.
we don't want water going to anybody else or standing up there.
But you also have to think about what that's doing to your highway when you're dumping all that water to it.
It will be on the highway, it'll be on the pipe underneath the highway, that's what that's called.
Right, but it won't, but it may not hold all of that, is what I'm saying, when you dump all of that.
That'd be up to the engineer.
3 acres on it.
Yeah.
And plus, you're not, if you're having trucks coming in that close to your stop sign, what is it gonna do? Each direction to your traffic without a turn lane.
We don't have a truck coming right here. We have a truck coming entering right here.
Okay.
That's why we're putting
And where's
this
the-
one, just the truck
and
that
the
way.
egress is gonna be
And
over
exit
here,
is right there.
but they still have to come out within
Yeah.
so many feet of that stop sign, which is probably not much more than 100 foot from the stop sign.
Because the property goes back almost 300 feet. And if we take this exit all the way in the back, which we are planning on taking to the edge of the property, then you have at least 200 feet, 250 feet by the time you hit that light sign stop to exit.
Right, and you have a truck that's pulling a 50-foot trailer and still.
You have a 70-foot, that's
70 foot.
that's what it is, with the tractor and trailer, you're
So
looking
you
at
have-
70 feet, we give a 70 feet parking, it's not actually 70 feet, but when we're doing the parking and all the stuff, we add 10 feet to it, so basically you have 60 feet, but it's the parking part and all that stuff, we always extend the 10 feet to it, so it's easier for everybody, so by the time we're looking from here, if the truck is moving, you can have one truck already standing there on the light, and you can have at least 2 more trucks behind it, and it will be still enough space to go across, and nobody will be stopping right here.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is your traffic backs up here both ways all the time anyway, and it's difficult to get out of there on this stuff.
Okay. I think that widening that 152 would help with that, isn't it?
I don't know that it will, a lot of your traffic's here, but they're going every direction, and that whole thing can get backed up quite a ways.
The only time.
It can
I ever
get
see
backed
it
up
back is
that it's
that
hard to
train
get
goes
out.
by.
And you're gonna have that backup, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Because even on my property to the south of you, they have a hard time getting out of there.
on the
Cars
major
and
highways.
Yes, sir.
One slow moving vehicle right in front of them will back them up a mile.
Yeah. But that's kind of condition basically anywhere you go, you know, if you have a slow mover in front of you, it doesn't matter where you at, you're gonna have that problem.
And there will eventually be a stoplight right there, turning green and red.
And this will be kind of point where you can use as a, yeah, we really need to get the light.
There'll also be a bypass that, not least,
So we will bypass,
they're gonna bypass that part of town.
81?
Yes,
No, the plan I saw, they're still going through you guys, they're bypassing Chickasha.
they're bypassing Union City too.
Is,
It can be as soon as 2030.
well, up until the 2030, the plan they issued already, just you go online and check it.
If you look online, they already have it mapped out.
Mapped
It
out,
goes
yeah.
that way or that way.
Yeah,
It's
so right now,
bypass.
what the plan is going on right now, they are starting from the next year, they are bypassing the Chickasha. They're taking the north and they're connecting back to the 81 north of it, so instead of going through the town, you're basically gonna where it curve out a little bit, going back into it, they're just gonna curve west, and then go around the town west side of it, and touch the 81 straight too. Because the north 81, other side north of, Chickasha is already on the west side.
It feels like it's 20 miles just to get to Livingston.
Yeah, so that will eventually happen, and if it happens, we find that, you know.
David, that manhole on the south crosses the highway also. That south manhole, it crosses to the west, across the highway.
Does it?
Yes, sir, it does. The reason I know that is when they went in there, redid it,
Yeah.
then they left ditches about this easement itself, and I had to fill them in, so.
So here's the four-way, here's the property.
That's the
We're
property.
discussing, so here's,
That's the one we saw right there, this one,
It's, as far as I know, it's not Timber Law, it only crosses one place.
one right there in the back there.
Yeah, that's the only one crossing. Which is your, here, see, this is that thing behind you. The person that's what we across, we go to.
Read it well.
See, they're right here.
that's you.
Four-way, the four-way right here. Yeah, it's four-way.
And that's just showing that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I swear that that other one.
There ain't no
all the
more.
way across it. That's the south one.
That is the south.
Okay, and also the north one.
No, that is one of those, it's just,
This is the only one we saw that caused it.
yeah, 'cause look, you let all these over, there's no rough. Eight, but see, there ain't no other manhole for it.
We have,
What it consists of is adding 5 manholes to go around.
yeah,
It'd be-
5 of them, yeah.
Yeah, 5 manholes, if we, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, yeah.
So basically, we'll be starting off from this end right there.
Yeah, you have to go east, out of the park,
Yeah.
engineer says,
Yeah.
manhole, there. Over here, you gotta put a manhole for this line,
Yeah.
another manhole for there. And you might can get away with 4, depends on how they utilize that one.
Yeah, there's a couple of.
Yeah, they might.
Hit that one right there.
That's what they do.
What are the sizes of these?
It says up there, the orange is,
8 inch,
8,
I think it's even.
yeah,
I'm trying to.
and then that green one is 4 inch coming off of.
8 inch, also just different
So
kind.
all them buildings,
See, I kind of drew where the building.
That's one of the easement lines that we really had, and this is actually the older paper, I didn't have anything to be done by engineering yet, so we just took that one and I kind of put it in there, where you guys were seeing where that is gonna look like, but this is all, I'm already working on getting the lines, like the.
Yeah, that what we were asking.
So when all them are put in, all them buildings
And
are
that
out
comes
here
from a engineer.
along the highway.
So how many trucks do you park back here?
So you
I
can
mean, we'll have to get.
utilize, we have anyone 3 times,
Yeah.
so you have 3 trucks at a time, you can, fill.
Yeah.
Other than
From
the
here
ones
to
that
here,
have to make sure.
what we're looking at is around
Yeah.
20 cars.
Yeah.
Man, that's, even, they got 20 over there, they got 6.2 acres.
It's a way to line them up, to be honest with you, that's it, the way to use, and this, on this part, the best part is how it's laid out. Because a lot of time, you have to cut corners and all that, and there's a lot of waste space. Here, you don't need much of the waste space. That's why we're trying to kind of save as much space we can, so we can utilize the back space right here.
We're thinking of, right, to the way that is built. for somebody who just wants something from the convenience store. So drives food from here, if it comes from here, or from the other way, take it from the drive and go. If somebody comes from the company. But we will be serving food from 4 AM. It will be a
Do you
24
use
hours.
this anymore?
No, I'm good. I already thought that,
Okay.
I just wanna explain him
That's
that
what,
there's nothing there.
so we'll start making around 3:30, it will be ready by 4, so and you want to come in early.
Hey, maybe that's your hours.
Here, we might.
All right, that's what it is.
Doubling up on it.
So basically it will be open 24 hours, so there is no shutdown.
Well, I mean, before I could say yes or no, or maybe, or anything, I mean, I'd have to have a pretty solid estimate what that would look like, you know?
So just real quick, in the brief conversation we were having, when we talked, David visited with our engineer.
Yeah.
Everybody listening to this portion? So the rough estimate on moving them sewer lines, it's just a rough estimate. We're gonna need you guys to provide exact list. But it's around 400K is what the two sources that we reached out to
Okay.
gave us. They should obviously just a ballpark number.
I was also extending the water line under the road, bigger water line over.
That include that?
Yeah, roughly, he said.
So,
I know I can get you a lot better than that. Because I did this multiple time already, where we had to go back in, actually, I recently did it in Hensley, where I will extend their lines almost 500 feet, sewer line and water line. So I know I can get this cheaper than, of course, than that. But I will start working on some, numbers, start putting something together.
and is this currently the only thing you're asking for? You're not gonna ask for any other tax incentives at all?
So
On the
this
backside of
will be
any
the
kind?
only thing probably we need from you guys.
Okay.
What did Hennessy do?
Huh?
What did Hennessy do?
Well, Hennessy ended up, I took care of the part of the Hennessy where they run out of the funds. So I financed it and then they paid me back. Once they get the grant and all that
The
stuff, because I
price they're
know.
giving you is out of the roof.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, the price they're giving you is way out there. I mean, I extended the 600 feet line and I expended 250,000. And if they're just talking about the 5 manhole and going about 200 feet for 400,000, yes, that's just way out there.
Well, a water line under the road as well, he said,
Mhm.
to extend, because that's only a 4 inch right there.
Yeah.
So, yes, I will start working on this project, so before you guys have the next meeting or anything, I'm gonna send something to see what you guys
Should we
think.
go through the planning commission first, right? This will go through the planning commission?
Well, it's gotta come back to you guys first to decide, are you gonna be able to help them, if so, in what capacity? We haven't even got to building plans yet.
That's why I wanna come to you first,
You
see
gotta have your
where we at on that
report
part, and then
things
we'll move
first.
forward from there.
Yeah, but finance-wise and everything else is ready, we can start work tomorrow, so all the preparations we need to get a lot already done. It is approved and sealed already, so all we need is just a go ahead. If you guys are ready to work with us, then we are ready to start building.
Yeah, get me the information together, I'll reach out to a couple of towns around us, kinda ask what they normally do, you know, we've
Yeah.
never been in this position.
Yeah.
Does our, hey David, you're good, I'm sorry to interrupt. Does our, engineer need to give them any requirements as to what,
No, he just said their engineer will know what he'll,
he'll know, okay?
Yeah.
well, how it works is,
And then we'll just have him overlook.
their
it.
engineer
Yeah.
will draw it up, blah, blah, blah. We'll look at it as a town and our engineer.
Yeah.
And then they have to submit it to DEQ to get approval anyway.
Yeah.
And then,
So,
there it goes.
again, we haven't seen any of his actual business models on the tax stuff, like all the fine print, but the 60, it'd be roughly, 60K per year in tax income based off their numbers, right? So we would need someone to look at that, of course, but based off the numbers they just gave us. And so, what do you think you can get that number to? Just roughly, I mean, what are you thinking?
I think half of them,
Yeah, so
cause I know I can get the manholes done
you're looking at a.
mostly from here, which is a lot cheaper than, I don't know who they're using and all that, but I know that can be done a lot cheaper than what the number they're giving.
The ROI on that's 4 years then,
Yeah.
if he's able to get us to that number.
Well, perfect, then I think I can put those together, and I think you guys will be a lot happier to see that number than what they're showing. And I know it's still estimated number from them,
Mhm.
because, you know, you can't really get to the bottom of the exact number until you give them a job and then start putting
showing that, okay, this is what it's gonna take. But roughly what I'm looking at, I think we can get it at probably half of that with that.
Yeah. So, now my question is, you know, like anytime I've ever bought property, and 100% I've never been sitting in y'all's shoes, you know, but anytime I've ever bought property, if I wanted something moved on it, it's my responsibility.
That is,
And, I mean, is that how that plays out in this?
that is very true. I mean, we totally understand that, but we're trying to say if we can get some kind of help from you guys on this part. Because in long run, we are bringing more customers to the town. We are bringing at least 20+ jobs, because if gonna run 24-hour, we'll need to have minimum of 20 people. And it's gonna be more than that, not less than that. So in order to do that, we're trying to bring all that in, just if we can get some help from the town, that would be great.
Okay. Well, put it together, and that way we have a little more firm of an idea where we're gonna be, and let's present, see what happens.
Perfect, well, let's do that then.
Thank you all very much.
Appreciate it, man.
You guys have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Now, is that property already zoned and everything for what they need to do?
Yes. Well, that corner is next one.
Okay, so they can start tomorrow and they're in.
Once they get this stuff laid out, then they can submit their building permit, and depending on what they submit, and if it meets code, it will not have to go to the planning commission, unless you guys are.
And I will make sure we meet the court, don't worry.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys, I
Thank you,
appreciate
guys.
it.
8E, OU comprehensive report.
You guys had a chance to read over that report?
Hmm?
Have you guys had a chance to read over that report?
Oh, I
Vanessa has
have.
reached out to me a couple of times, wanting to know if you guys will look over it, if you have any questions. That is their final report. You took no action last month, so.
Oh, it's not something new.
I thought we took an action just
They
to.
voted on it. You voted to accept the report.
Right.
We didn't do anything further than that,
Yeah.
to move forward or anything. It was just to accept the report.
Okay, I know.
That's why it's still on there.
I thought maybe there was something new.
No.
The next step is to move it to a firm. So, we need to put it out for bid, right?
I need to
Yeah.
motion that.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
next step.
That's the
yeah,
next
yeah.
thing.
So, is everybody comfortable with that? I am, if you guys are.
Now, repeat that.
So, at this point, OU completed their report with their recommendations. And now next, it needs to go out to an actual firm that will design this and create a final comprehensive plan that they can then present to us. But at this point, we've gotten everything we can done for free. At this point, we're gonna have to hire a firm, so it's gonna start costing, it's gonna cost money to move it forward to the next phase. So we have to go out to bid to do that. Everybody agree?
Yes.
So I'll make a motion, we approve, 8E to send the, OU comprehensive report out to bid to some firms.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion approved. 8F, Nando's Tacos, Rosa Pisano,
This has been on here several times.
take it off. Nine, Department of Union City Police.
Hello? Just a couple of things, Albright will be back on Monday, finally got the clearance.
I have a question. Why do we have such a large turnover in our dispatchers?
Good question.
Do they
Seems
go
like every
on
time we
other
get one.
dispatch jobs, or do they just don't last?
They just either don't progress through their training, or they have scheduling issues, or disciplinary issues, so
It's
it's just a revolving door right now.
Same thing, El Reno, Mustang.
Everybody does it.
Right.
Not a new concept for dispatch.
The two Mustang vehicles are all labeled and everything.
All is well.
I saw one this afternoon.
Where the lights are behind you.
Well, they were going on and off, and I was like, does this guy want me to stop or not?
They were just showing you the lights, is that it?
All of our radios are done, PD and fire, and they are working great, except for his truck.
So y'all now are tied into the,
Yeah.
good deal.
Has it been tested yet?
Do I,
Has it been tested yet in an actual situation?
talk on a handheld from out the tunnel, and
What's the, service been like from Packard? Is it still kind of about the same?
that would be a main question.
But yes,
But yes. All right, any questions on 9?
I don't know.
10, Department of Union City Fire.
all right. As far as the fire side, been fairly busy. Thankful for that rain, whatever it was Saturday night, which slowed down some of that. All, like he said, all radios are in and working correctly, and we're all on the same, back to the same radio and channels, so that's good. Excited for that.
All right, 10A. Fire tank pumper truck.
All right, this is what we've been working on for about 6 years now, of saving, scrapping, doing everything. Excuse me. Never got me sick, or,
Sorry.
hope I don't get a bad text message from somebody. This is what an exact truck would look like, except it'll be 1 year newer. So basically, this is 2-in-1, if you can imagine. It's an engine is something that pumps a lot of water real quick, holds a lot of, it's for structure fires. But this also has the water where an engine doesn't hold very much. This holds 3,000 gallons as well. So one new thing they come up with that's really cool, this is the back of it, obviously. This right here is called a quick dump, which you empty that 3,000 gallons like pretty quick. On this side over here is a portable tank, portable swimming pool we call it. This will automatically come down, we can drop the tank, open this, fill the tank, this thing goes back for water, and you're pumping, your engine's pumping out of that. What's cool about this, on all of our other tankers, this is straight up your back, so you have to get turned and get just right and back up to it. This will extend and come out either way, so it can go from, what is that, 180 degrees. So you can pull up beside it, dump, and take off again, actually without even getting out. Ladder goes up on top, holds lots of hose. That's the other side, with the ladders, poles, tools. Operates just like an engine. Up top here will be quick. These will be hoses, it's called a quick attack hoses. You just grab and take off the fire. Too much pictures, sorry. I'll add one.
So is this not something we can get from like forestry service or something?
They don't have any of these. Our tankers, we have a 5,000 gallon one that's 1982 The one this will be replacing, if we get this one, will be a, 1,800 gallon, that's a 1989, 11 speed that no one can drive hardly anymore. You know, people don't know how to drive the standards anymore. And then, it will be replacing in town a 2,500 gallon cab over, it's a 1992 model. So our newest tanker right now is a 92. Just trying to look ahead for the department, that's what we've been saving and saving and saving all these years for. Right now, if I wrote a check for it, we would still have $197,000.
Correct.
But we don't pay for this till it comes in a year. If we said yes tonight, it's being built. Again, we don't pay for it till it gets here, not a penny. And if something crazy happened, and for some reason we didn't have money when it came in, he said that's not a problem, they can sell it the next day. But it'll be earmarked for us if we say yes.
Is there a certain amount of money down?
No money down.
No money down.
And I've checked several places, this ain't something you just drive up in Alcorn City and find one sitting on the corner. And we've checked with, trying to find used ones.
They just get mad if you drive.
Yeah, they got Alcorn City written on the side of it, they get a little upset. But,
They won't when you get back here.
But, it's something that, you know, the town, it's not even really gonna benefit me, I'm getting too old, but, benefit for years. If you think about it, if we replace one of our trucks every 5 years, this one will be 60 years old by the time we get back to it. So, I'll be really old by then. Probably need step ladder again here. But, we put a ton of research and work, and this truck was about $12,000 cheaper last year, it's probably gonna be $12,000 more next year, so.
Well, that's not very exciting.
No, it is an eight,
What was
you
the
know.
total on the, I didn't bring my book with me, what was the total on your yearly budget?
On the yearly budget, I shrunk it so much, but, this was, you know, despite the budget, in other words, I already got
Right.
this money put up for this. On a line item every year.
$512,594.
Isn't that crazy? Our brand new engine is, that we paid $420 for, is now 12 years old, and it would be $850 to replace it, told me.
How many,
So much it went up.
how much warranty is on this thing?
Bumper to bumper, so to speak, like normal, is 1 year, and then the truck is a Freightliner. So the engine, transmission, truck will be a Freightliner warranty, whatever that is, I don't know. The mileage will never come due.
The other trucks you mentioned, are they operational? I mean,
To a degree, we're having to put more money into them. Just like the big tanker the other day, we had to put quite a bit in it, just because it was starting to rust out. It's hard to get parts for an 82 Mack.
Freightliner has a basic 50,000 mile limited warranty.
If they go by that, it'll last about 350 years or more. Our newest one, which is a 19 model, I think it has 2,100 on it now. On the quad, it runs way more than this will, so.
It's shiny.
Yeah.
It doesn't come with a dog, does it?
Huh?
It doesn't come with a dog.
No, that's another problem we have. So,
How many overall new vehicles has Union City ever purchased? Is the engine the only one, everything else is?
No, since, we've got, squad, brush truck, and engine, 3. We had an old squad that we put a new back part of the brush truck on, but it was still an older truck when we got the new squad.
How many people does this hold when you go into?
This one can hold 3, but really 2. But that's what you need in a tanker. Tank pumper.
Less people, more water.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. It can get you going, you can get pumping immediately. House fire doubles every minute and a half, so to be very,
If you're looking at putting in apartments or strip mall or anything, definitely.
yeah, it's for the future, but, and it's what rural apartments that we're going to as well, on their engines.
Yeah. You can fog fire over grass fire.
And, it also helps us with our ISO, which is your insurance rating. It'll be a second engine, a third engine, but technically, the second engine don't belong to us. Technically, the state can take it any day, it's just theirs. They're not supposed to, but it doesn't even belong to us, so.
So will this require then more than, how many vehicles, if you had a fire? How
What
many
now?
vehicles would be reporting to that?
It just depends on what kind of fire it is. This would go to every fire, which would be grass or whatever, this would fill up brush trucks or. It could be the first out on a structure fire, just yet, if that makes sense. Where now, you gotta have at least two to go out.
3,000 gallons, is that what he said?
3,000, yes.
How do we account for that much water loss?
What do you mean, count for?
Like,
Like we fill it?
whenever we take 3,000 gallons of water and put in that, the city pays for 3,000 gallons of water somehow. How is that accounted for?
It's not accounted for, it's just something hasn't happened.
It should be.
We do our best to document when we go and call them. We use Ryan Tires, I call him that day and say we used roughly 2,100, whatever it is, you know, because tankers hold the exact amount, but if we're hooked to a hydrant in town, it's not possible to get exact.
Yeah.
Is there space inside to park it with?
Oh, yeah. We will actually get rid of that little 1,800 gallon. Cody's been looking for me. He thinks he can get close to 20,000 for that one out of the auction. So like a construction company or something.
Is there any sort of, grants or anything that would?
Not that we found yet.
Like this.
And that's one of them deals, you have to apply for a grant and wait, see if you get it, then you order it, and maybe 2 or 3 years.
The problem I found when I was looking, is it's like you're saying, if we apply for the grant now, we have to wait, and then we're not gonna have enough funds to get it.
Yeah,
Because
it's
the
going
price
up
of that goes
over
up
time.
too high above the grant.
I have some concerns.
I do too.
What's concerned?
With things going on right now, it's concerning.
With the dip, think about this,
It's all money.
you can't touch that money.
I know.
If town went bankrupt, we can't use it for anything else.
I'm just saying.
Cause what, I don't know, just so y'all are clear, the fire department gets 25% of the tax, which is 1 cent, which was voted on by the people 20 years ago. So when we don't take any money from the city when we're getting our taxes. They give us a budget to pay the bills with. This tax was set up 20 years ago to help us replace equipment, gear, stuff like that, so, we're not really taking anything from the city, we're getting extra. It used to be 3 cents, then it went to 4 cents, which is technically 25% of what we get. And we've been saving like a kid with a little piggy bank every year.
So, you said you'll have $200,000 left roughly?
Roughly, yeah. That's,
But when
that's,
it's paid in,
now.
when it's paid in a year,
Yeah.
it's still gonna continue to
yeah, the
accumulate.
the
Yeah.
taxes have been crazy lately, so.
Do you have the manpower to operate that as well? Any other equipment?
Yep.
It'll also be a mutual aid assistance vehicle.
Will they lock that pricing until July? Or when-
Oh, yeah, it's locked, once we see,
Yeah, when you order the truck like that, they lock the price that day, and if the price goes up.
I got a
happened to us last year.
30-day lock on it when you, this last one.
We can't
Oh, we say go.
spend it, we can't.
By statute.
Will our taxes go up to support that?
Nope, it's already paid for, man.
Okay, so everything even.
Yeah, no, it's, I mean, that money's already there. Taxes were voted on by the people, that's a 50-year tax about 20 years ago, roughly 20 years, I don't know exactly. Do you remember? Yeah, I've been on 24 years, it was just a little bit after I got on, so.
Rough before I started.
for this kind of purpose, to be able to upgrade equipment and keep the town covered.
Appreciate it.
Do we pay Mustang to, have one of their trucks come out and help?
Yeah.
They do it gratis?
Yep, we go help them, they come help us, so
Oh,
mutual
okay.
aid, same thing with El Reno.
Mutual aid agreement between
Yeah.
El Reno, us, Mustang, Inco.
We really go to El Reno more than we go anywhere, they come here more probably, but, yeah, it's just you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, that feels better. That was one of the reasons for the radio, so we can all talk now.
I think an example of that is there was a center median fire last year that was 100 yards into Union City, and obviously with the volunteer staff, El Reno was able to respond to that fire faster than we could as a volunteer staff, and even though it was in our area, El Reno just took care of it, so.
Mutual aid statute based, so like if they request help, we can't really.
Can't say no.
Yeah.
And El Reno will call sometimes where they're working a big structure fire and we'll go take an engine, sit in their station and take calls for them.
Mm-hmm.
Done that a few times.
Which is how it should be, because we want the same support.
Exactly, yeah. For instance, Mustang called in a whole new crew, engine crew and all, when we closed and went to the 2 funerals. And they sat here for 6 hours for poker, you know, things like that.
And I know you've been talking about this truck for a couple of years now, but what was the total length of time that you think it took to save that money for this 1 year? I mean, I know what it's grown in the 6 years that I've been here.
Yeah, we've been saving for, as soon as that tax passed, really.
Yeah.
But, the last truck we bought was a Squad in 19, and, we started immediately saving more as much as we can.
How much did you have in your account in 2019 when you bought the Squad?
The Squad was 180, I think, or something like that, and that left us probably 100,000, roughly, I remember that, something like that.
It was right before I had come on.
Mm-hmm. Well, and for me, you know, the only thing I'm thinking of is if something catastrophic happens, and now the fire department needs $500,000 and they got a new truck, but no money.
Well, that's what they make the insurance for, if it's catastrophic.
All right, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to purchase the fire truck.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion approved.
You didn't have that radio to that.
We got a radio for it.
Tom, do we need to,
We saved one.
I'm just thinking out loud, do we need to add to our motion to revisit that 30 days prior to the delivery date, just in case something financially changes between now and then?
I just need to see whatever they're gonna send you some sort of an agreement, okay?
I would assume, do y'all have that sheet? That's what that
Yeah,
is.
it's a single pager, it's about as short as it gets.
Yeah.
But that's my concern, that's my
I would
only
assume,
concern.
I'll check.
Why don't you get them to send us some sort of an agreement?
I'm just trying to protect it.
Yeah.
There's could be potentially a new board here that could be stuck with an issue at that time. And just to make sure there's somewhat of an exit strategy, if they're willing to let us back out of it, if there was a financial need for that between now and next year.
That's why I say I'd like to see whatever
So,
they'll send.
do we need to have him add to the motion pending, we approve pending you reviewing the agreement?
Yeah, you could do that, sure. Pending.
I would like to amend my motion.
I'd like to amend my motion to say pending approval upon the Tom Ferguson, the lawyer, to look at the agreement.
I'll re-second that.
All
And we
those
just
in
wanna
favor?
make sure that there's an exit strategy for the next board.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion approved. All right, let's move on to the next one. I've had enough. Blech. One night. All right, Department of City Emergency Management.
No action, he said.
Number 12, Department of Union City Water and Sewer.
So, on the sewer side, they haven't started yet, but it takes forever with all the paperwork, you know, awarding the bid, which I did last month, and then they have to do this, accept this letter and all that, which Scott's taking care of. And, so it should be starting pretty soon, as far as the sewer. We did really good on that big round, so.
100-year flood we just had, how
Yeah.
did it do?
So, again, used to, we'd go up 300,000-400,000, we went up about 8,000. So it's really good,
Much better.
yeah,
Money well spent.
yes, absolutely, it's almost stopped it, so. And I'm sure there's been other problems creep up that we don't know about since then, we'll have to do a test on before long again. On the water side, everything's fine, except we're still not passing our test. But now Reno's not now, so that's in our favor, so now they're having to really struggle, so they're.
So, what about our extra test? How did it work out?
I did, this will be the second extra one, cause July I had to do a real one. So this month will be another extra one, but they've so far been high.
What about,
He's the same,
He's the
and our
same.
numbers are almost the same. But El Reno now knows, and admits they have a problem.
Did you see the social media posts in Mico?
Yeah,
It looked like coffee.
Like teams.
yeah. My son lives there, and when he filled his pool, yeah, anyway.
all right, number 13, Department of Union City Animal Control.
Been very busy, shuffling dogs, but, normal stuff.
How many have we got rid of?
We're down to one. The one I just got the other day, that Weimer, can't hardly say that word, Weimer, one.
Weimar.
Yeah, that, I guess it. Who wants dog?
She goes and she's sweet.
I'm gonna say somebody on the back row with a hat needs a dog.
Yeah.
Not this time.
Would deliver, just saying.
Oh, Lord. All right, number 14, Department of Union City Streets and Alleys.
So they blacktopped this out here, it's really good.
They're gonna put
We
long-
appreciate that.
They're gonna stripe it, right?
Yes,
Outside and center lane?
I'll let Dave
Oh,
speak.
You're here. Are we striping the outside and center lane?
Not edge line.
Not edge line?
It's not too late to change that if you want that, but,
The only reason I was considering it, I'd obviously left a lip in a lot of areas, so I don't know how much you think that's a necessity or
Working on
not.
that.
Huh?
Yeah.
Working on that.
Oh, you are, okay.
yeah, here and through town, I'm not gonna put any gravel on the edge of that road.
Yeah.
I mean, it just, but from, Maple probably out, we'll address that little drop.
Okay.
But if you want edge lines, I need to know.
No, I was
say
just curious,
center
I
lines
mean,
and,
yeah.
school crossing.
Center line,
Yeah.
school crossing, and the railroad track, and then this morning are in the,
Should we go ahead and have them brighten up the other two school crossings while he's here doing that one or not?
I don't know, I wouldn't say so.
well, no,
Well, you
it's
get 'em
last
over there.
piece in the bank.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm gonna freshen them up, I guess.
Can we get y'all to freshen up the other two school crossings while you're at it?
Which two?
There's the one on this street here and then the one out here on Main, is that the other one we're
The
talking
main
about?
just got done, remember?
Oh, that one done?
Yeah, that's when we,
Yeah.
had money on to fix it.
Okay, so I guess there's just one more, just the one over here.
There's one at Division and one at
Cape Overs.
the Second Street in.
Oh, you're
Okay.
talking about here on these.
Yeah, Cape Overs and, where the Second,
Second,
yeah, right behind,
that's where the other.
by the library. The one on Cherry
Oh,
Street.
you're right, yeah, they're right there on, yeah, yeah. Where, that's,
Going between
Second
the high
Street,
school
yeah,
and the
yeah.
library.
If you'll send me a list of where you want school crossings done, I'll get it on.
Just
while we're here.
two more. And they're there, they just want to refresh again.
All right. Number 15, Department of Union City Town Clerk Treasurer.
When that later video. Okay.
You have my report. You have any questions?
Good job on the tax refund.
Yes,
Well done.
that'll go into general, correct?
yes. Right.
the auditor mentioned back to us as how much longer until we start getting some
Yes.
more information from her?
Yes, next board meeting. She was gonna come to this board meeting to discuss the ones that were here, finish up some more. So she was just gonna wait till the next board meeting so she can just say, we're done with these 2 years and we're moving into this one, and she'll give you a full report on it. It's gonna be Kim first that comes to speak.
All right, any questions on town clerk? 15A, Central Square.
Me, not me, but that me.
So, Central Square, water billing, utility billing, and payroll. They do both. I had them send me, honestly, this was the first company that I said, I just need to know pricing, and they sent it to me. They didn't play the game of, well, we've got to put you through this, and we've got to do that. They just sent it to me. Then I did do a demo. I had Jamie sit in because they were going over the utility billing. What we discovered is this program is very, very similar to what we're using right now. It's like an upgraded version of what we are doing right now. So the training won't be as expensive. But they do cover everything. They're on the lower end price-wise.
Financially, what's the difference between them and what we have?
Couple of thousand. Paycom was where we were sitting last time we talked about it. But I did keep looking, and I got this one. They were good enough to send me this video for you to see, and it's only 4 minutes long, but Jamie and I sat through a 30 to 45 minute one to see a couple of the way they're doing it. In the future, that's Roscoe.
Posing.
Is that $3?
No, that's fire dog.
Fire dog. With this company, in the future, it also handles, permits. You can have a program for permits to keep track of business things. It also handles dispatch side, a little bit of policing. So there are several things that it can do. But we only inquired on utility billing and payroll for now. But there is the possibility later down the road, if we want to switch over, we can to just this one company.
Paycom didn't do utility billing.
Yeah.
Is rotating your phone sideways?
Yeah, I'm with you.
This solution is designed for small municipalities. We have over 800 installations across North America. What you're going to learn in the webinar is the heart of the system is a true fund accounting solution. You're going to be able to easily track all of your funds in one integrated solution. So you're going to be able to do the reporting. So if you want to run a financial statement and see how you're doing with your budget, you can pull that out just from one fund, a department, a range of accounts, depending on how you set up your solution. We also give you the ability to easily pay your vendors and allocate that to as many different accounts and funds. And you can even get a warning if you're over your budget or have it stop you. We've got reports for the board so they know at any point before they approve to pay this invoice that funds are available. So that's all baked into the solution. It's also tightly integrated with other applications. We give you the ability to post in detail. So if you want to see how transactions are coming into the general ledger, we've got reports and inquiries, and you can see that drill down. So in this example, I can look at any year, any month, and I can see all of my funds. I can also drill down and see departments. So let's say I want to look at the general fund, and I want to see expenses. I can see what's the budget, what's the balance. I'm going to see some detailed transactions. I simply just double click, and these are all the detailed transactions. They could come in from the point of sale, utilities, payroll, AR, tax, all of those feed into the GL. Let's take a look at where we did a payroll run. Here I can see the journal that the system creates as a result of doing the payroll, but I want to know more. I can display the source and see the individual employees and a breakdown for their pay very quickly. I can even take it one step further if I want to drill down and actually see the individual check stuff. So you've got the same capabilities for tax, utilities. You can see those customers that were billed and a breakdown of their charges in the general ledger so that you can see how things do post in. So that gives you one idea. And, as I mentioned, we've got over 30 different products that you can automate. We've got utility billing, and you've got one simple, easy screen to track what you're billing your customers. You can also see details. So once again, one screen, we do a nice job of tracking owners and tenants. We bill for unlimited metered, non-metered. We work with, pretty much all of the major AMR vendors. And if you had a question, our goal is to go to one screen to answer all those questions. So billing, transactions, even service orders. So once again, that's one of many integrated products that we do have. And with our solution, we give you the ability to start tracking one database of names and addresses. So as an example, if you get a call from one of your constituents and you're using some of these different products, on one screen, I can very easily find all the involvement. And we obviously have partial searches. But for this particular customer, do they have a business license? They do. I can drill down on this link and go to the detail. I can see, do they have a building permit? Do they have a code violation? Do they have a cemetery plot, a tax bill, a utility, AR? So once again, you can get to all of that information by knowing the name, and we have the exact same view by property. So if you wanted to, look up a particular property, you can see who owns it, what's the valuation, but at the same time, you can see what utility account is there, have they had a permit there, a code violation, all the other stuff that we saw earlier. So this is all covered in my webinar, and I would love for you to attend one of these. If you have any questions, please let us know. Thank you for your time.
So if you want to see a longer, extended one, that all the stuff this thing does, it's over 30 minutes long. I can show it to you.
Is Kim aware of this, software?
Yes.
And
Yes.
she approves?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. They're familiar with all of the aspects of this one.
Okay.
And they were the ones who kind of put me onto it.
Okay, that's
to look
the main
at.
thing, to make sure
Yeah,
that's.
that
Now,
they
will
can
this
work with
allow
them.
auto billing so that people don't have to bring a check in for the
This
water bill?
allows ACH, auto billing as you call it. It also allows us to put the bills on the cards you were talking about without it being outrageously expensive. It allows us to send out mass information on the water bills, or like on the card, it'll have an area where you can put in, big trash day, for example, something coming up. What I found, when I was researching, Minco was telling me that one thing they do not like about their card that they send out is that if they have something they need to advertise, they're stuffing envelopes again. Their program does not put extra information on their card forms where they need it to. This one, I did check in, it does. It's like she was saying, everything's on the one screen. Jamie can type in what needs to happen on the card, and it'll produce it. From my understanding, and I wasn't real sure about it, I'm waiting on a call back, they would also tell us how much it's gonna cost us before we send them all out. In other words, if we're sending out the cards with all the information on it, how much is it gonna cost us to send out those cards?
And if we choose not to do the postcards, they will mail our bills for us as well.
Yes, we won't be stuffing envelopes here, it's all in the package. They will take care of sending them out, making sure they get there, making sure the addresses are updated. One of the things I really like, but I don't do your side, so. One of the things I liked about it though, when we were watching it, is that it kept track of renters. If somebody, let's just say somebody passed away and a family member got the home and they're renting it out to somebody else, this program will keep track of who actually owns the house and who's renting the house. So legally, we're sending the right information to the right people. We don't get caught up in, you're not on here, you haven't been put down, so we can't talk to you about it. So with this, it'll do it for us. It will send out the information notifying them, you need to do this or you need to do that with your water bill.
So Jamie, through your training on it, what was your take?
I think, out of all the other ones that we've looked at, this one looks like it's gonna be the easiest to switch over to. And like she said, not a whole lot of training because it is so similar to what we already use. But it does everything that you guys have asked us to find in something while still being easy enough for me to learn it and be able to teach somebody if I need to.
Payroll side, it has that safety net, it does the 941, the Schedule B, OK Tap, OASC, all of it. It keeps track of all
Oh,
of it.
and it is, it's like Microsoft based, so we can save things onto computers instead of using so much paper.
Oh, yeah, and the fact that it's Microsoft based too, we're able to navigate. I can send Jamie something, she can send me something like that. It's quick email, it's just like having Microsoft.
That wasn't good a few weeks ago trying to board an airplane.
Yeah, I was saying,
No.
a couple of weeks ago, wasn't that the
Well,
largest
hopefully they don't
computer
know what's
failure in history?
CloudStrike.
CrowdStrike, and it was particularly Server OS's, but it was the vendor's fault on that one.
I just called it 19.
So where are these people from?
Hang on, I'll answer that, since you spoke up. The downside of
Oh.
this, the downside of this
It's
is
only
that
half downside.
Patrick and I will have to spend weekends because you have to manually put in all of your information to get it started. They don't have a mass dump. Like others will take it on a thumb drive and convert it over. Now, this company, we will have to manually put in everybody first, and then it starts rolling. So even for payroll, for utility,
Even
everything.
utility billing, I'll probably do it, that way it
But
helps me
payroll-
learn how to do it.
Yeah, and payroll is easy, I mean, it's not like we have 50 employees. So, I mean, we're looking at 30, it depends on if we wanna put a reserve in there, just in case they go into full-time, or I have to pay them, cause they have that ability to put reserves in and part-time and all of that. But it would be a matter of,
Did they send you a pamphlet or any documentation?
you saw it.
Yeah, like, if I didn't wanna watch a video for 20
Yeah, I got it right here.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
forward that to
I
me
will
and I'll
give you
look
this, I'm gonna give you this.
So,
Yeah.
where are these people from?
One part of it is Oklahoma City, and another part, I don't remember where. I think I have it on here somewhere, hang on.
So if they send out the billing, it's not gonna cause a delay by several days to get mailed out your water bill a week prior to the month?
No.
Well, I don't send water bills out
Prior.
prior to your due date, I send it out 3 weeks before your due date.
And that's
I'm
the
just
thing,
saying,
that's
I'm
the
just
thing.
throwing that out there.
That's also important too, because Jamie will be needed, because it's her who is going to trigger it to go out. Once, in case it'll put her through a process, which you remember it showed they make you make sure everything is supposed to be the way it's supposed to be, who's being billed, where they're being billed. She still needed to make sure, she's the controller.
It's the same thing I'm doing now, other than
Yeah.
spending a full day stuffing envelopes.
That's why we're liking it, because it's so similar to what we're doing. On my side, on the payroll side, it's going to email out the pay stubs for me. I'm not gonna be spending all my time, you won't have to either, now that I think about it. It's how you give the timesheet thing, it emails all those. It emails the chief, it'll email. To do the payroll. Yeah, yeah.
So we have until
Whenever.
November to make the decision?
Well,
Cause December is the end of our contract with.
25.
Oh.
I'm just ahead,
Oh, I
I'm
thought
trying
it
to
was
make sure we're
2024.
secure before we get there. But we
You
can
might wanna
switch
retire
over, but what I'm trying to do is switch us over before that, because that way we can always revert back to his if something's amiss.
And
We have,
problems and.
yeah, and so if I do it now, I have time to let this get installed, us get it going, get everything rolling, and if something's amiss, I can still revert back as a backup to Jack, and I can still push things through, same for Jamie. If we hit a glitch, we can work it out before we are without him completely.
Is this quote, do you know if is this just a flat quote, or is it based on town population, staffing levels,
This
all
is,
that.
this is their flat quote. That's what I was saying, the others wouldn't give me that. I asked them, how much is this going to cost? What is the price, you know, I had to battle to even get, but they were like, this is what it costs you. This is what we do, this is what it costs you. So this is their flat quote. It's not based on how much volume we're gonna send out, it's not based on citizen head count or payroll head count, nothing. This is just what it's gonna cost.
Did they give you an estimate on how much cards would be based on your average population bill?
Not yet, because we haven't told them we're gonna go with cards yet. We have options.
Oh.
We can go with cards, we can go with mailers, we can go with just pure email, we can, yeah.
And it will
Or we can
automatically
yeah, we can combine too, those people that want us to email it to them rather than mail, they can opt into that and they will email it to them. Some people will get it by mail, some people will get it by email. They're making it to where we can ACH, so you don't have to.
Link your bank account at the bottom.
Right. And you'll get a receipt back. So it's kinda nice.
So would that come out of the municipal authority?
No, that will come out of general funds and municipal, because payroll is payroll is general, and then utility billings is municipal. So it's if you're looking at it, the, central utility solution, 1,950 would come from municipal.
How much are we paying for Jack Brown?
Like, what is it, 500 and something? That sounds right.
A month?
I think it's
A month?
a year. That's why we've kept him.
I'd say.
For us.
We offer him 600 and keep him stay on.
Oh my, he won't do it, he won't do it.
Give them a phone call and ask them.
Oh, I'd love
Understand
for
why.
you to try to talk to Jack, please do, call him. Give him a ring.
So 4,700 covers the first year, and then every year after that, we're looking at around 3,700 for what's quoted here.
Correct.
Okay.
I did ask the question if we needed to lock this in and not start the program till later. I'm waiting on the answer back on that.
I think.
Attachment.
And this bill can be paid out of the municipality authority?
The municipal, the utilities will be
Yeah.
paid out of municipal. Payroll will be paid out of general, except for David, Hunter, and Jamie, and that's because they work in the municipal side.
Okay.
But everybody else is general. Attachment A, Tom, I apologize, I didn't really see this, I should have sent that to you beforehand. I was waiting on them to get back with me on what the cancellation policies are and things, but I kinda think this attachment A tells us a little bit, if a customer terminates this quote, so maybe that's why they haven't answered that. It's in your packet. Yeah, and it says right to audit, termination of access rights, subscription access.
15A.
Yeah. To what? Yeah.
Basically it says you cancel, or you can get whatever's left over in your money.
Covered it.
Yeah. And this isn't anything that needs to be decided on tonight.
No, I just wanted to introduce it, so you had time to look at it, you had an understanding, you got to see the video, you could get in your mind what you were working on. It gives you time to think about it. I mean, we may find others too, just like I already did Paycom, I've already looked at, yeah, I've eliminated several because their pricing is just ungodly for a small municipality.
Alright, no action on 15A. 15B, Dobson Fiber, Heather Durham.
Heather. Okay, I'll give you guys a couple of handouts.
So is this like the Dobson that ruled western Oklahoma
It
for 100
is.
years?
It is, yes, sir. I figured you might want that.
Who voted you the best internet service provider?
Journal Record did. Actually, we've gotten a few awards even within our local markets recently, so it's I will be very quick because, I know you guys have been sitting here a while, and so I will run through this pretty quick. Like you already pointed out, Dobson Fiber, we're a local Oklahoma market, or company. We started out in western Oklahoma with Dobson Telephone, and we went to cellular. I worked with them with cellular, and then they sold to AT&T, and now they do fiber. Just, right now, we have about a little over 50 markets in place within Oklahoma. I have a slide on that pretty quickly, so we'll go through this real quick.
So, but, just real quick, so, but Dobson Fiber is not part of AT&T, just he sold off those portions of
Correct,
AT&T, okay.
correct. Dobson Fiber, Everett Dobson, after he sold off the cellular, created Dobson Fiber, yes. So slide number 3 just kind of shows you our chief officers. I will tell you too that everything is in Oklahoma. Our operation, our customer service, our headquarters, everything is Oklahoma City based. Our technicians, our salespeople, they're locally based and throughout the entire state. So slide number 4 just kind of shows you our fiber network. We have about over 5,500 route miles, and it stretches in Panhandle, Texas, and into Arkansas, and then down to Dallas. As you can see, going down to Dallas, there's 2 routes going down there. We kind of take pride in that. We offer resilient fiber routes going down there. So we do service a lot of cellular towers across the state, so if our network goes down, it's pretty punitive. So we build our network so that we have a backup if it does. We'll skip slide number 5. Slide number 6 really just kind of shows you the markets that we are in right now. You can see that the light blue colored are the ones that we're installing right now, and then the darker blue are what's coming soon. What you don't see on here, there's probably another 10 to 12 where we're in the states that we are right now, just talking with local cities and towns and building those relationships, and they have not been publicly announced. But there's probably about, like I said, about 10 to 12 that are in that stage on top of what you see on this map. Slide number 7, I talked about the diverse connectivity, so we can skip that. Slide number 8 is just our regional data centers. That really is what entices larger businesses when they're looking, they want connectivity into the data centers, and we do have a presence in all the major data centers. Slide number 9 just really goes into our network. So the type of network we're going to deploy is called XGS-PON. And basically what that means is it will go up to 10 gig, and it can later go up to 100 gig. The beauty of this type of network that we deploy is once we come in and we lay the groundwork and we install the fiber, we're done. To get up to 100 gig, it's just key strokes on the back end, so we're not going to have to come and tear up ground or do aerial or whatever the case may be. Slide number 10 shows you a picture of our call center. Like I said, it is in Oklahoma City. It's 24/7, 365 days a year, and that is actually our network operations support. But the call center is open from 8 to 6, and then we have a network operations team that is 24/7. And we can skip 11 and 12, and basically go to where everybody wants to know is what's it for me. Slide number 14. That really shows you, the yellow part shows you where we would originally deploy. It would be roughly 300 addresses. And I'd really like to preface, this is really the initial deployment area, because in every market I've worked in, it goes beyond this really quickly. When we get people that interest and things like that, especially right now, so we do connect with the city already. We have one internet connection with you guys that we've had, I think, since like 2019. And then we've also been servicing the schools since like 2018, I believe. So we have a little bit of fiber network here in the town, and this is just wanting to expand. So what you see right here would be the initial project. Okay, so I'm gonna.
So will this be all underground?
Yes, so that's where I was going next. It is going to be 100% underground in this market. It's going to be roughly, I have the stats for you, it is going to be about 23,000 feet of fiber that will be put into the ground. And a lot of that is going to be, only about 1,000 feet of that is going to actually be bore, which bore is just deeper into the ground. The rest of it would be more of shallower trench. So why we are here tonight.
When you say shallow trench, how shallow are you talking?
It normally varies between 18 to 24 inches, it depends. And that's the other thing, so we have a high-level design that we have approved by our board. And what will happen is, once the city gives us permission to come into the city, we will then share with you a low-level design, which you guys will look at and bless. You're gonna know where it's gonna be bored, where it will be trenched, how deep we'll be going. You can tell us, no, here we need you to go further down, here we don't want you to. You will be the ones driving that train for us. We'll give you our, like I said, we'll give you our plans that you can approve or deny, what we have down for that. Once we do come in here, once you guys approve for us to come, you will be assigned a designated construction manager that will be just for you, and that will be your point of contact. You'll have a cell phone, everything, so you're not having to call a calling tree and figure out who you need to talk to. From start to finish, if we get this approved, we're looking at about 45 to 60 days before we would start. We like to come out and do a groundbreaking and do a community event announcing we're here. All of our trucks will be labeled with Dawson Fiber. Our people will have the appropriate vests on so that you know who's working, and if you have problems, you know who to call.
So your installers are they third party or are they Dawson employees?
They're both. Here, we are trying, we're going to try to do it all in-house, how that goes for us. But sometimes it's mixable. But like I said, probably 45 to 60 days, before you would see us coming through. And then once we get started and we have set you the low-level design and you guys have, approved that, we'll obviously work with you guys to get locates and all the things that's necessary. And, I have extras too, if anybody wants anything.
Good one.
And then, we're thinking about 45 days to complete, so hopefully.
Where's it coming from?
It is coming from, I believe.
Terry, do they already have a business permit here?
Or we already, they don't, no business license.
So are you talking about the
How are we servicing
town?
the school?
So the difference, or are you talking about some of the rural areas?
Yes.
Because I've checked into fiber, and you can't get anything in the rural area on fiber, because they always say they're going to the north, because that's where all the houses are at.
This is initially, and you can pull that up, but this is initially where we did the meeting. Yeah, so we're looking at basically, basically the money we're wanting to invest in, it will be all Dawson money. We are not relying on any state funding to do this project. It's about $250,000, a little over, that we're trying to do initially, that we have gotten approved by our board to do. And, you can keep it.
Yeah, my biggest heartburn is that, everything is going one way and it's not going to the entire community.
Mhm.
And so I realize you can't do all that together. However, what is your plan to get to a lot of the rural communities that are around here?
Yeah, and that's the thing. So initially, like I said, we do start internally, but I've never been a part of a project where it stops there. We have to build that basic infrastructure and then build ourselves out. We are working with the Oklahoma Broadband as well, and we've tried, and have applied, and we should know in the next 30 days as well, but we're trying to, like everybody else, bring fiber to underserved communities,
So, a couple things, and I don't know if his number is perfectly accurate, but it is a very high number, $40,000 per mile to run fiber optic. So if there's two houses in that 1 mile stretch, that's $20,000 per house for them to put in that infrastructure, and the ROI on that, just not a moneymaker.
No, I get that.
Something that I learned about this recently, I've known about it for a long time, but it's actually becoming more and more affordable, and that's Starlink.
Yes.
So for a lot of rural areas, it costs up front to buy the initial Starlink equipment, but then you're connecting to satellites in the sky, and the internet speed's actually very, very good. It's actually,
No, I know, we have internet,
Yeah.
but I've been trying to get fiber optic,
Yeah.
because it's underground,
Yeah.
less likely to be, off course and all this other type of stuff. But nobody will come out, because there's only probably 10 houses out there
Mhm.
that may want it, not
Right.
everybody may
Yeah,
want
you
it.
gotta buy
right here today, it's not supporting us.
That's like EIT has the radio to that's fiber, but the storm hits and
Yep,
it's shaky.
I've been trying to,
The reviews, I don't have, I know people who do, and the reviews on Starlink are phenomenal, but it's my understanding about $600 upfront cost to you, for you to buy the equipment to put in. So once you have that equipment, you're gonna have fiber optic like speed with Starlink.
fiber optic light.
Yeah.
Storm.
You'd be surprised, this technology is
No,
way
I've had
better.
Starlink.
Huh?
I've had Starlink.
Oh, you have? Yeah.
I had Starlink in Wilson.
Yeah.
It was, it's better than what was offered.
No.
It's definitely not like fiber, 'cause I've had
Well,
fiber 3 hours.
you're definitely a voice that, like I said, I've been to a few markets, and you're definitely a voice that's a consistent voice, so
Yeah.
you're not alone.
Because on the north side, there's a lot more houses. It's coming south.
They're not doing it for free.
There's not so much. So that's what my heart.
What are you all, David, do you have any input or concerns? All I know, concerns, we've already got two going, but.
Everybody that offers fiber in the neighborhood.
Underground, there's the whole thing, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
How do you, does that not shut everybody out a little bit? Nobody makes money off the other, so you can have it.
And that's the thing,
But
we
yeah,
understand, we know Cox Fiber's here, we pay, it doesn't intimidate us. Like I said, we really pride ourselves on being an Oklahoma-based company, and we pride ourselves in our product.
You do know there's 2 others, just make sure you do, okay.
Yeah, and just so you know, we've done some work within Oklahoma City, so we've done urban areas where we are up against
I think there does come a point
everybody.
if you guys
And then,
I don't know what that number is,
right
but-
now, Cox is doing residential rates, they have, they have, 1 gig for $60 or $70, I think. Yeah, and, our 1 gig is $60. So it's.
Well, but, I mean, they will argue my way, their prices are in the back of that book, but it's right on point with, but like Cox was a surprise for us, because,
Well, and, I mean.
we started out with like
Yeah,
$8
okay.
a month package, because we picked out the speed that we wanted, it was sufficient to run everything in our house. And then we learned that only covered a certain amount of gigabytes per month, and then we had to upgrade to a $120 package a month in order to get unlimited.
Well, and that's the other stuff, with Cox, you get it. Yeah, and that's, right, and that's the other thing I didn't point out too, is,
I know they charge different
Dobson
prices for
will
businesses
own the
and
network
that kind of stuff.
coming in and
It's
out
different than
of the
residential, I
town,
don't
so
know.
we're not gonna use somebody else.
I questioned that about a year ago.
And that's, exactly.
Are those prices on the back of the book for unlimited
Yes.
data?
There's no cap.
So, if your data's that kind of rate, why are we paying $430-something a month for
So
it?
those are residential rates, what you're getting is, and residential's gonna be more on a shared network, you're getting a dedicated internet circuit, so you're not sharing with anybody.
It's harder to get the data out of your package for me. Right.
Yeah. Most cities, banks, hospitals, schools, they require that more dedicated so that there's no, clog in their traffic.
When what was it called, cloud, whatever, CrowdStrike, when that whole fiasco happened with us, like it was, we had like 7 people on site, like.
And that's the thing too, when you have dedicated internet, it comes with an SLA, so if we're down, it costs us money, we have to reimburse you.
They are good, if we've had an outage, like, I called a tech person and it's.
One of their engineers I've interacted with during an outage, a couple times since I've been here, which is really good.
So what's the reasoning for the outages that they give you?
Blown fuses and stuff like that, just minuscule stuff.
Yeah.
Storm had a tree hit something at work.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you do aerial or underground, we in Dakota, we're having problems with gophers. I mean, it doesn't matter if you go underground or go on the line, you're gonna have problems with things.
Approval of David.
So, kinda here's the biggest issue, is
Okay.
everybody that's come in here and brought in internet. We've had gas leaks, we've had water mains busted, we've had more issues.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Old well.
who
Yeah.
complained.
Oh,
So,
I'm
so this will be 100% underground, so we won't have the toll issue. But I'm not gonna sit here and say it's construction. I mean, we all know construction comes with pain, so I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. But what I will say is, we break it, we own it. We have a dedicated staff of people that, I mean, you go and you log it on, and like I said, you'll get a construction manager too. But like, if a resident has like a complaint, like you did something, you go online, there's a form they fill out, and those are reviewed daily.
And the phone calls are out.
I think what you're gonna find is, the customer service side will be the difference for you.
Well, and so the thing that comes to my mind is, I'm not gonna say who, but somebody hit a gas line, and we had to empty an entire neighborhood. And what if that happens and it's 13 degrees outside, you know?
Yeah.
How are those people reimbursed for their time, and they're being stuck away from their home, in the cold, you know, I mean.
I completely understand, and again, I mean, I can't speak for that particular instance, and I'm not over the department, but I do know that they don't leave until you're happy.
All I know is I got more pedestals in my yard than I want.
I will tell you that as far as like any, above ground markers, we will not do that in the residential areas. So there will not be any above ground markers that you will
Fiber
see.
handheld box?
Yes. And so, so you won't see those, you will see those, on the main streets of town. Every so often, we will see an above ground marker, but within the residential, you won't see that.
Main Street town, is that Main Street or this Main Street?
Well, we'll have fiber running all the main streets of town, not just main street.
Yeah, well, that's residential now,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, so.
All right, do I have a motion?
Well, I've just
I get that.
received.
Oh, you
Yeah,
need to
yeah,
review that
so I
first.
mean,
Okay.
so if
We'll table
you, if you guys want to, typically, you can, what we can do so that, I mean, I don't have to clog up your agenda again. If you wanna make a motion for me to work directly with Mr. Ferguson, and if he thinks it's good and becomes, you know, he blesses the agreement, then we're all good, or we can table it and I can come back out again, it's up to you, how you want to do that.
Yeah, I'd rather table it.
Okay.
Let everybody in on it.
That works.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Number 15C, ACOG delegate. Consideration of approval, denial, amendment, revision of the acceptance of elected officials from the Town of Union City Governing Board to be 2024 delegates to attend the ACOG Board of Directors, Policy Committee, and Gerber Wellington Association and Policy Committee meetings.
Okay, so I just needed at first a designated delegate, but the fact that Dell is not going to be here, now I need to have a delegate and an alternate.
I'll be the alternate.
I got you, Bob, you're the alternate, now I need a designated delegate that can attend and I
Those meetings are like
I
at 1 o'clock
put
during the week.
I put it in there so you would
Did you
see
get off?
I couldn't do it.
what you have left. You only have
How long will they
October,
last?
you have August 29th, you have October,
Didn't I just have
you have
one
November and
meeting?
December, so you don't have very many left. You just have every month you go to a meeting. Sometimes twice a month, no, I'm kidding.
Right.
August 29th is the next one.
You like meetings, don't you?
Where's the meeting?
I've been to them, they meet up on, Lincoln, north of the Capitol.
Do they
That-
Skype?
Downtown.
Do they Skype?
There's only 2 left, and I'm on vacation on the 31st.
Well, it can't be Ryan,
You're already an alternate.
Why? I like the idea.
because you have your own special thing going on, is why.
Okay.
I mean, unless you just think that, you know, you can do
Y'all need to
both.
rock, paper, scissors. Oh, yeah, you already got it.
I mean, I just,
Well, Chad can't do it.
I'm out of town on the
He's
31st.
already an alternate. It only leaves you and Bob.
But the meeting's not till October 31st, so we can technically table it and.
And
we'll
Bob
replace
has
this
already,
individual.
Ryan, you're the only one left.
There is one August 29th.
Oh, okay.
Yes, there's an August 29th.
Let's table it.
Well, there's no tabling it.
Yeah, we can do it again in September.
I have to turn it in.
There's nobody, nobody going since that June.
You want me just to tell them I don't have anybody? Although they're gonna go, well, you have at least 4.
Yeah.
They have no Chad situation, cause he reached out to them, so now I have Keith as the last alternate, Bob, I've got you as the next alternate, which means if Ryan doesn't say, okay, I'm the designated, you get to go to all the meetings.
Which means you're designated anyway.
That means you made designated.
Well, somebody's gotta do something around here. I'll take it.
Okay, I'm gonna put Bob McGregor as designated, Ryan, you're gonna be an alternate,
Okay.
and then Keith. You have to make a motion and vote that in.
Somebody makes a motion, it's me.
Chad?
15C, I make a motion to, approve Bob as the
Designated delegate.
designated delegate.
There you go.
Delegate,
You got it.
and the backups being Ryan and Keith.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. You know, me and you, since we're on, we probably should have abstained.
And 2 no votes.
Next.
It'll be a good time.
So
15
in
days.
your packet is your meeting,
Okay.
so.
Now email it to me.
Roy?
Resolution 24-2501, consideration and possible approval, denial, amendment, revision, or the acceptance of resolution 24-2501, stating the nominee to fill the expiring term of at-large trustee representing the entire membership.
Okay, MRS has elected 7 nominations for the at-large trustee. Ryan Dawson got elected as one of those.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, before we leave, I'm gonna read that bill too. It was impressive.
Don't vote for me.
Oh, I am.
That's fine. I was gonna pick that next guy down. He has more credentials than I do.
So,
Your personnel. So
Alright.
they send a certified letter for that,
yes,
to like us, right? Or everyone?
I think just you guys.
Just the trustees?
I think just the trustees, yeah.
I think that, she told me
And I
something
think the
by the
reason
end of
they do
August, she
that-
said, huh?
I think the reason they do that is because we have to vote it in as a resolution. And so they can't send it to everyone, I don't think, until we get it voted in as a resolution.
Alright, so
It,
I make a motion that we accept the at-large trustee of Mr. Ryan Dawson for resolution 24-2501. Do we have a second? Motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Have a Ryan.
Could you clarify what this actually is?
It's a retirement fund for the municipal retirement, group in the city. It's kinda like the OMAG, they have annual meetings and you go over, individuals that are going to retire within municipalities. And I think the way she told me is like you review their status and that goes to the board.
So is the city obligated to meet what an employee might contribute?
So, I don't know how I got on there. I don't know that, I think we.
that's a resolution as well, that we.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah.
And
And
previous
Bruce
month
asked
or
a
whatnot.
question.
I'm sorry, Bruce, I did.
Oh, she does, let me tell you.
We both asked.
Okay, so what is, the town meets up to a certain percentage and that's it.
She asked us.
Oh, okay, so the town meets up to a certain percentage and that's it.
So how much is
We
the town obligated
contribute,
for?
they meet up to 6% and that's it. In other words, I can contribute 4%, they still will meet, do the 6. But we can't go past the 6
So,
And that's because of OKMRS, that's how they propose to do things.
so if I'm like contributing 4, and then you're obligating already for the town to contribute 2 more percent, then I'm
No,
going to.
this was all voted in years ago. This has been the way it has been for years. And so that's just what they settled on, I don't even know how long ago. How long ago did you guys get OKMRS?
19, cause they did it at the same time we went on pension.
2019?
Yeah,
So that's when it was all decided.
5 years.
But yes, the town does meet a certain percentage.
I mean, I'm okay with that, but I think if I'm willing as an
Or
employee.
match.
Yeah,
It's actually called matching.
Yeah, so if I'm willing as an employee to put in, then I think I'm really good with the city matching up to that point.
But
if
they
I'm
won't
only willing
match
to put
above
in,
6.
no, if I'm only willing to put in 2%, then the city is already obligating themselves to put 6% in, and I have no buy-in. So I guess that's why I have, the concern is that we're obligating the city, or the city has been obligated to support that, which, I don't know, I haven't heard a company that's willing to,
Yeah, we said the same thing when we learned about it.
Yeah.
It was prior to that.
Yeah, 2019.
That was the board before.
but can we not address that?
We can in a different situation,
Go
but
down there.
right now.
Moisture around that.
Huh?
Nothing, I just kept seeing something dripping everywhere.
It's the moisture on the air conditioning, yeah, the vents are.
I don't know anything about this. Although I did have a lengthy kind of conversation with the lady that's on the board, but I think it's just these members that you vote in will be in charge of looking at the retirement funds for the individual that is retiring, and that's what I know.
It's kind of like the teacher's retirement, all the other retirement funds have boards. You're talking about 2 different things though, ma'am. You're talking about what was passed a number of years ago by the town
Yes, sir.
on the percentages. He serves on the board that administers the whole program.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, but they're still matching 6%, correct?
Yeah, that's not an agenda topic tonight.
That's not what we're talking about tonight.
So I'm confused and I apologize.
That's all right. I'm just saying, you're talking about 2 different things. He's talking about the board that administers the entire program. You're talking about what Union City does for its employees, and that's not the topic.
So that was the board previous to us. The board that he is on, correct me if I'm wrong, is over the entire state.
Yeah, no, the entire retirement program
Yeah,
for municipal employees.
For just us?
No.
No, the whole state, yeah.
Union
Yeah.
City,
Yeah, all the other
Delano,
states.
Mustang,
Yeah.
whoever, yeah.
All right.
They just see a lot of talent in that guy right there.
They do.
He should be praised. What it was written was after the fact that she called me. And so I don't know how I was drawn out. I have no idea. This lady kept calling me, and I thought it was a spam number. And I finally answered it, and that's what it was. And she said, you have 3 days to fill out something and get back to us.
Wow.
So I did.
Attaboy.
Leadership.
All right. So, number 16, Department of Union City Human Resources.
Wait.
No, we didn't vote.
Oh, I didn't vote on that, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I did. All right, no, I voted on that last one. Do I have a motion on 15E?
15D.
D, yeah. I got
We
E.
did. Who did that? Oh, did we?
Yeah, we did.
Paul was, you're on
We did.
15D. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. There we go.
We're trying to slow us down.
Woo! Don't wanna do that.
So what is this for? Joe? a certificate of it?
No, it's so that you can publish it as is required by statute, the budget.
Yeah, I have to be able to publish the budget, and it's according to that state statute. I need this page signed, you guys, in order to get the last page done. I've already published paper, county already has it, but now I have to do this, and this is my last step.
Oh,
I make a motion that we.
He never read it.
I haven't read it. Go ahead and read it, Bob. Number 15E, Certificate of Governing Board. Consideration and possible approval, denial, amendment, revision, or the acceptance of Certificate of Governing Board from the Town of Union City, Canadian County in order to publish the budget for fiscal year 24-25 in accordance with provisions of states statute 68, section 3002.
I make a motion that we publish the budget for the year 24-25.
I'll second it.
Motion is second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, number 16, Department of Union City Human Resources.
No action.
Number 17, Department of Union City Payroll.
No action.
Number 18, Department of Union City Court Clerk.
Oh, okay, you have, about a report of whatever, questions you might have. The late fees, it's the same thing as every time, but the late fees were put on there on the 15th. We are doing better, we, only had one cutoff this month, so that is fantastic. Everybody else was paid, with the exception of 2 agreements, but they paid them on time and didn't have to get cut off. We did practice with the ACH and emailing with the Big First, water account, just to see how that would go. Hopefully we'll be able to, offer that to everybody else soon if we don't switch to Central Square or somebody else before then.
So I see Union City Schools are on here again for multiple locations.
Yes.
What is the long-term resolution there?
They were supposed to submit us, a request to give to you guys, we never got that. So as of right now, those late fees are still on their account, and they were even.
What is the total of their late fees per month roughly, do you know?
Right now, what is their total?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm just curious, like, what that school's incurring for some people over there that clearly aren't getting the job done.
Krista did call me this morning, and asked if it was too late to put something on, or get something for the agenda for tonight for the package. I said, yes. She said, okay, we'll submit something next month.
I went and talked to them about that, and they're supposed to have something.
They were too late.
This amount right here, this total due is what their late fees are.
Make sure they understand.
This will be 38 for this one account, so we'll have to add it all together. We want to make sure everything.
I'm just trying to get a general idea, it's not a crazy.
55, 60, or 250, or 248.
38, 62, 554, 105, 59, 505, $6, $22, so roughly $175 a month the school's paying. And late fees? Yeah. And that's taxpayer money too.
I will say when it comes to the schools, they have the check on time, so it's paid it on time. And they didn't put it in the box until after late fees were added, so, if it would've got turned in on time, they would've got late fees.
I'll mention it to one of the administrators tomorrow.
We'll have a letter for you before that.
As far as the bulk water, I started trying to talk to collection agencies, but because we are so small and bulk water is not a guaranteed amount of people that we would need to send to collections for them, a lot of people won't work with us, so I'm still trying to find somebody.
We did, find some errors where that $60,000 was not correct.
Yeah, some of it was just not, being marked off as paid, and I went back through all of the transaction history and found where it had been paid, or they would send in proof of payment, and I verified that it was.
And with those certified letters we sent out, we did get several either corrected or whatever you say.
Yes.
So would it be better if I sent a letter, a demand letter to them? Would that be helpful?
If you think so, I mean, great, we just don't care about that.
Get somebody's attention.
Yeah.
I think if you'll give me the list and the
Okay.
amounts
We don't have a whole lot
and
left.
the addresses, I will send a demand letter to them.
Okay, perfect.
So how many accounts are need to go to collection?
I don't know the number off the top of my head, but it's less than 10.
Most of them take care of it when they get the
Most of
service
them
done.
took care of it or gave proof that they
Oh,
already
okay.
have. And as far as the new invoices, I started putting a new date on them. And so once we get the PO box, they figured out, they all are paid on time. They don't want the late fee.
Company I work for has a sister company that's a collection agency, but probably not for 10 people.
Right.
Yeah, they don't work with that.
That's what's cheaper for you.
Yeehaw. All right, number 19, executive session. Board of Trustees will return to executive session for the purpose of confidential communication between the Board of Trustees and Town Attorney Tom Ferguson concerning various legal issues raised in the inquiry from County Commissioner David Anderson dated July 2nd, 2024, and respond to same.
Could I address the board before you go into executive session?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just want to clarify that, give the board a little bit of background how I got involved in that. I was approached by a couple of residents to assist communication between the board and the residents of the community. I want no mistake, this is not anything hostile between me and this board. I've always enjoyed a great working relationship with Union City. We've worked together good. I'm very proud of the things we've accomplished together. And I have the full confidence in you guys that you're going to take these requests seriously and look into them and respond to them appropriately. So I just wanted to make sure you guys didn't feel like I was sending any kind of hostile communication.
I didn't take it that way.
Okay.
I got you know that.
And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, executive time is at 8:03.
Make a motion to go into executive.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?